Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, we're talking about Mo'Nique and Steve Harvey. Mo'Nique went on the Steve Harvey Show yesterday, and they talked about some of the differences and some of the problems that they had, and even talked about some of Mo'Nique's problems with other people. Let's play clips.
We fighting two wars here. It's what your issue is, and it's what the perception of the issue is, and the narrative has changed.
See, I'm hearing what you're saying, baby, and I agree with it. All of y'all said privately, I've done nothing wrong.
When you tell the truth, you have to deal with the repercussions of the truth. We black out here. We can't come out here and do it any kind of way we want to. Listen to me. Your husband can't be the Sydney that he really is out here. We gotta flex a different way. This the money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This the money game.
All right, now they also said this.
Before the money game, it's called the integrity game. And we've lost the integrity worrying about the money.
But Mo,
wait a minute.
If I crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble. I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement. There are ways to win the war in a different way.
So we're opening up the phone lines, 800-585-1051, and we're asking, what do you think? Start with you, Charlamagne.
Well, first of all, you can have integrity and make money. I don't know why anyone would think otherwise, you know what I'm saying? But I think that integrity works both ways, you know what I'm saying? The people that Mo'Nique disrespected, Oprah, Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, they have integrity too. And they may not want to rock with someone who disrespected them in that way, and they have that right. And I don't like people who talk crazy about people, and then when the person they talking about stops rocking with them, and then life gets bad for the person who was doing all the talking, they start playing the victim. Mo'Nique got on that stage and said, I wasn't blackballed, I was whiteballed by some black D's who had no balls. Thank you, Miss Oprah Winfrey. Y'all can suck my D if I had one. Integrity works both ways. My daddy always told me if someone tells you suck their D, be ready to die or kill. I'm not doing either, but guess what? I'm not gonna rock with you no more. And if Oprah, Tyler, and Lee Daniels don't want to rock with Mo'Nique, she gotta wear that.
And you know what? I totally agree with you. I mean, she came out and wanted to boycott Netflix. I didn't get it. I didn't understand it because she didn't get the money that she wanted. I necessarily didn't agree. But I don't know all the details and particulars. But I also feel like, hey, if you want to tell somebody to SMD and you want to get disrespectful to somebody, it is what it is. I've told a couple of people to SMD, and I stand on it. And if they don't like it, F them. I never want to. I did it, and I said it because I don't want to mess with them again. And I know what they say in business, there's never permanent friends or permanent enemies. But when it comes to them, it's a permanent enemy because I'm never rocking with them again. And you feel the same way. There's certain people that you'll never rock with ever.
Yes, Kevin Hunter.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, Kevin Hunter, Wendy Williams' wife. Yes.
Exactly. You'll never rock with him.
So there
again.
are permanent enemies in business.
Doesn't matter if he has $1 billion and
Nope.
I'll give it to you. Like, nah.
Nope.
It ain't enough money in the world for me to F with you again. And I feel that way about some people too.
Nope.
And it is what it is, and I stand on it. I don't care. But that's why I also have all these side hustles, so I never have to worry about getting money from you or worry about you blackballing me or doing anything.
Or beige balling you.
Or beige balling me.
Yee?
So my thoughts are this. I can understand that it's frustrating when you know you have a lot of talent and behind the scenes there's things going on that we have no idea about. I know for myself personally, I've always been a respectful person. Now, if the situation doesn't seem right to me, I won't do it and I'll express how I feel. But I know the way that I express myself is never very aggressive. I just speak what I feel and I stand by what I do and what I say. So I do believe in integrity, and I've never done things just for money. So I don't believe in blocking my blessings, but I also can feel the frustration of being a woman in this business and feeling like certain things happen and people talk to you behind the scenes. People come and will apologize to me about things behind the scenes, but not publicly do that or not publicly stand up for you. And I'm sure for Mo'Nique that was frustrating. And I understand what Steve Harvey also says about her not going about things in the right way, but I wouldn't want to compromise my integrity for anything.
Yeah, and
sometimes you got to get a little aggressive at people sometimes, though. I'm not even going to front. I'm not going to say get disrespectful and nasty, but sometimes you got to get a little aggressive.
Yeah, I'm never disrespectful.
Yeah, and I just think, the thing about integrity, man, even when it comes to somebody like Mo'Nique, and I'm not disrespecting Mo'Nique in no way, shape, or form, you can say racial bias, you could say gender bias, and all of those things may be true, but bro, let's not act like we don't see your crazy attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell somebody SMD and then think things gonna be sweet. I don't have to mess with you no more.
Right, nobody owes anyone anything.
Nothing.
So at the end of the day, if someone doesn't want to work with you and you get a reputation that spreads in the business and therefore other people don't want to work with you, you either have to work on fixing that situation or just accept the fact and try to find your own way independently.
And also, if somebody jumps out the window and you're my friend, I don't have to jump out with you.
Absolutely not.
I don't. If you say something that I don't necessarily agree with, yes, we're still friends, but I don't ride with your statement.
But I don't agree with people calling you up behind the scenes and agreeing with you, but then publicly acting like they don't.
But no, I can agree with. Listen, I can agree with your point. Like if you said to me, if Mo'Nique called me and was like, "Yo, I feel like I ain't getting paid what I should be getting paid from Netflix. I feel like it's racial bias, gender bias. Cool. Or I feel like I shouldn't be going out there to do this promotion for this movie without getting paid extra money. Cool. I can understand it. I may agree with that.
Right.
But you may go on stage, say that point, and be like, "And F y'all, Oprah, SMD, Oprah." Yeah, I'm like, whoa, now, come on now, Mo'Nique, chill out now.
I F with Oprah.
I understand your point,
right?
But it's the way you may have delivered that point. That's all.
Jamel.
Hey, what's going on, Envy, Charla, Angela? What's happening?
Good morning. What you think, bro?
Nah, I get what both Steve and Mo'Nique was trying to say, but it's the way you go about doing things. You know, like you can't be out there telling this person the extra D, but then at the same time you want sympathy and stuff like
exactly.
that. But then at the same time, you can't just shuck and jive neither. You know.
Right. It's a balance. It's a
so
fine
they both
line.
have certain points that you agree and disagree with.
Right. I mean, you know, me, myself, I'm in the entertainment industry myself. You know what I mean? So at the same time, I have times when people behind the scenes, you know, fronting on me and stuff like that. And I could have went there and called them out publicly and stuff. But if I would have did that, I wouldn't have been able to get another job. Right. So, you know, it's like Mo'Nique, she's just going through the repercussions right now. It's like every time we see her, we know Mo'Nique is a talented actress, comedian and all that.
Very
but
talented.
every image we see of her lately, she's angry. Nobody don't want to see that, you know?
Yo, that's a very good point. I have not seen Mo'Nique be funny in a long time, and I know she's funny.
Well, she's been doing her stand-up still.
Well, I'm just talking about in person.
But
when you're making all them TV appearances and radio appearances, remind us you funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She got a lot of things to get off her chest. She feel like she's blackballed.
You can do both.
And
That's
I
what
don't think she
comedians do
seemed, I would say, I don't think she seemed angry in the interview with Steve Harvey. I don't think she seemed.
She told Steve, I'm going to punch you in the face.
But she was joking. She was like, as a brother, I feel like I could punch you in the face because you're my
brother. All right. Boy, y'all make some excuses.
I said that to you before, though. I said, I wish you was my sister so I could punch you.
Hold on. Slow down.
Never
I
heard
did say
that.
I wish you was my sister so I could punch you.
I ain't never heard that.
Punch me in the face?
I didn't say punch you in the face.
Envy, you can't say that, bro.
I said...
No, why would you punch your sister in the face?
I'm glad you just publicly said this.
Why would y'all are 40 plus years old? Why y'all punching each other?
You know what?
I didn't. Who's punching each other?
Forget it.
I'm not the one that
why
said
you talking
that.
like if you was that don't make no sense?
Because forget it. Forget it.
Check
China,
West.
good morning.
God damn, Envy.
Good morning, China.
Hi.
What do you think?
I think that she has a very valid point, and she probably did feel blackballed, but I think she's going about it the wrong way. Mm-hmm. I think she needs a better team around her.
Ooh.
Like, let her...
Not her husband.
fight her battles while they also get her better jobs to get more money. She's blackballing, like, the richest black people in the industry, and it doesn't make any sense.
Now, I did understand what Steve Harvey was saying about her husband/manager and perhaps the way that he goes about things, because I'm sure because that's his wife, you know, he gets more emotional in dealings than he would if it was something that was not so close to home.
You can be a woman who has your husband as a manager, and that husband can be so aggressive and so disgusting and so toxic that he can ruin things for you. I'm not saying that's what Sydney is, but look at somebody like Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter. Kevin Hunter is definitely that for Wendy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully it's not that extreme for her.
People have been saying that about her husband for the longest time. She needs a better team to let them fight for bigger checks for her and better opportunities. She's going to end up falling on her own sword.
Right. I think also when there's a lot of people kind of saying the same thing, you have to somewhat pay attention to that.
Yes.
If everybody's saying this is what the issue is, then you need to reevaluate certain things. And even though that's a difficult thing to do sometimes. But I also feel, Mo'Nique, on the being a woman in this business, it gives you an extra layer of things get a lot more difficult. And
you're right, G. And I also think that nobody's saying Mo'Nique is wrong in the things that she's saying as far
Oh,
as
that she
like,
wants,
as
not at
far as
all.
like, yo, I'm not going out to promote this movie unless I get more money, or I feel like I need more money from Netflix. She's not wrong in saying that, but you're wrong in getting on stage saying, yo, Oprah sucked my D.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Tyler Perry sucked my D. Y'all ain't got no ball. Like, it's the disrespect level of it. You know what I mean?
So she said that during stand-up, though.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, you know.
Ain't no joke in that.
Okay.
No joke in that. And,
I don't know
and
what
we've
the
all
joke
asked for
was.
money for things that people said no, and we said we're not doing things. We just didn't say SMD to anybody. So
You have.
Well, to people I don't like, and I stood by it, and I feel that way, and I don't want to speak to them ever again. But 800-585-1051, we're taking your calls. Let me clear this up, because y'all going to make dreams. I don't want to punch you in the face.
Well, I don't feel
I
safe.
don't
You
want to
said
punch
it.
face in the, I don't want to punch you in the face.
You want to punch face in the
I
Yee.
look at Yee as a sister, and I said I wish she was my real sister, so I could.
My
wrestle
brother
with her.
would never do that to me.
Well, my kids wrestle with each other all day long.
Okay, we're grown, Envy.
Yes, y'all
How
are
old are your
grown.
kids? It's
Exactly.
a little different.
That's what I was trying to say when I say y'all
17 and
grown as
15.
hell.
Okay.
These are kids.
Relax, Envy. You got to get that out of your system.
When
First
did
of
you
all,
tell you this? You had to tell me this in the last 9 years.
I told you
You've been an
last
adult.
year that I wanted to
FYI,
wrestle, I
Envy,
was my sister so I could wrestle.
you
I told
have
her dad that.
you probably have a bad back. You wouldn't even be able to do
Jesus
anything.
Christ.
You
You know
can't
what?
pull a hamstring.
See, that's why I want to wrestle.
Get a
with
Charlie
her.
horse.
See, that's why I want to wrestle. Just one headlock.
It's not going to happen.
For 10 seconds.
Your teeth fall out.
See, teeth fall out. See, that's one headlock. 800-585-1051. Jason, good morning.
What up, MV? How's it going?
What do you think, Jason?
I think Charlamagne hit it on the head. Like Angela Yee made a comment that it's foul for people to be smiling Mo'Nique your face behind the back, or behind closed doors, and then going out in public and saying, or not supporting her. And I think Charlamagne hit it on the head. Like they're lying to her. They're not lying in public. They're actually lying to her. They don't actually believe in her little rich first world problem.
Well, that's a problem too. If people are lying to you, they're supposed to be your friends.
I don't disagree with you, but the problem is that it's not a real issue for nobody. And so it's like, I smile with tongue in cheek, like, oh, yeah, you're right, man, just chill out. Like,
Yeah.
I think people can agree, though, with the wage disparity with women and how they get paid and, things like that. We can agree on those issues.
100%, but we say that she got one of those. This is not a wage disparity issue. This is not 100%.
Well, part of her issue is that, though. Part of
Think
her
about
issue.
it like this.
Apart.
If I was having a conversation here and I go, yo, I need to be getting paid more, and you and Envy are right, but then I go, get on the podcast and say, yo, iHeartRadio can S my D because they ain't paying me much money. And Angela and Envy agree. Like, whoa. I should get paid more, but not about them sucking your D.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree they should, though.
Correct.
My goodness.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what Steve means when he say you going about it the wrong way. I can agree with you in your principle, but the way you execute it could be, I may not agree with.
And I don't. Gato.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, y'all?
What you think, man?
First off, big shout out to my baby. It's her birthday today, so forget Valentine's Day. I'm just going.
No. Double gifts. No forget Valentine's Day. Double gift day.
No. We gonna forget Valentine's Day. It's her birthday.
Nah, bro.
You got to do both.
Double penetration on your girl tonight.
My goodness.
I'm coming over.
Ew, you're married, sir.
Just playing. It's a joke.
No, that was not
How do
funny.
you even know he likes you?
Wildin'.
All right, but
So, it kind of sucks because being minorities, we got to keep our mouth shut in certain situations. But, I mean, when you got to speak up, you got to speak up. And if somebody's going to say something behind your back, like I got you, behind closed doors, you better say that right up front. When it's not behind closed doors, if that's your people.
That's a shame that we feel like we can't speak up for ourselves in
Who
certain
is we?
situations. He just said that.
I have not learned the art of compromising in corporate America, okay? I've been fired 4 times from radio because I am a man of integrity, and it's just certain things I'm not going to do. Now, I have compromised myself in this business, and it don't feel good.
What you do? It doesn't feel good? What do you do to compromise yourself, bro?
Those were the years I was working with Wendy Williams and Kevin Hunter, but that would be discussed at a later time. But I mean, that didn't feel good. But
What didn't feel good? What did
I
they
think
do?
we saw
Shut
a
up, man. Let's
picture
stay
of
on
that.
topic.
Wasn't he naked on his all fours?
Knock it off. Listen, all I'm saying is that some people have too much money, too much power, and too much influence, to think that you can't be yourself. And even if you don't have the money, you don't have the power, and you don't have that influence, you should never have to compromise yourself for any position.
If anybody could be themselves, it's Steve Harvey.
Absolutely. at
He
this
should
point in
not
the
have
game.
to compromise and
Yeah, he shouldn't at all.
be quiet to get more money and do things. He should be able to be like, this is what I want. This is how I want to go about it. I'm not.
Well, let me ask you this question. We all, it's times that we do want to blow up about things, right? You know what I'm saying? But then you may take a breath or you may talk to somebody and you realize, you know what? That's not the right way to do it. And like Steve said, sometimes you got to flex another way. especially in corporate America. What's wrong with that?
Well, I think for myself, I try to express myself in the most positive way possible, not just in business, but in life in general. If we're talking about just life, I don't feel like I should be different in corporate America than I am in my own personal life. If how I express myself to friends and family should be the same as how I express myself, just because I do have integrity.
So I will say this. Yeah, I'm the same way. I am who I am. I do change up a little bit, absolutely. Like, for instance, if I go into a meeting, I'm not going to be like, what's up, my If it's a corporate meeting, I'm not gonna say certain slang that I would say because I just know that they're not gonna understand. You know, so I don't think that's changing up who I am. I just think it's kind of like when you go to a dinner and you eat at dinner. I don't put my elbows on the table. Why? Because it's just not the way to eat.
I think that's old fashioned.
I think when people heard Steve say we black and we can't do certain things,
it sounded crazy.
Yes,
that sounded crazy.
But he's right in some ways.
But then he says that. But then at the same time, he says it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a money thing.
That was crazy.
Then that's very hypocritical. We black, we can't do certain things, but then it doesn't have nothing to do with color.
The biggest thing he said that I think that people miss was he said you got to flex a different way.
Now that's
true. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just all it boils down to. You got to flex a different way. You got to know your enemy. You got to know the beast that you're fighting. And sometimes you flex one way, sometimes you flex another way.
And I think it's also, if you look at the Breakfast Club and each individual member, you notice that we all have different streams of income. And the reason that we have those streams of income so nobody can ever take our integrity. We do what we want to do because we don't have to worry about falling on our sword. There's so many different ways of money coming in that we can always support our family. And we don't have to do it. If we don't like it, if we don't want to do it, we don't do it.
I learned my lesson a long time ago. I've been fired 4 times from radio. Okay, when these white people tired of you, they tired of you.
They tired of you.
So if you don't got your own businesses popping and own other entities popping where you making money, then something's wrong with you.
And we was almost gone here the first year, so don't get it twisted. They was almost tired of us the first year.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, what's the moral of the story?
SMD. It's Valentine's Day.
SMD, Valentine's.
It is Valentine's Day, so SMD.
You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
Find you Adidas on Valentine's Day.
What is wrong with you?
Okay, go fall on that sword. Everything we telling you not to do, go do because it's Valentine's Day.
Well, it sounds like you're going to have a great night.
You're going to have a wonderful night tonight. Okay, Charlamagne. Don't threaten him with a good time.
All right.
All right.